Hey guys, so this is going to be super vulnerable and uncomfortable for me, but I was recently inspired by one of my teammates who shared an inside perspective of her journey. She literally titled it, "This is my journey," and I just was really kind of struck by that and by her post, and it inspired me to share a little bit of my inside perspectives of the things that I've been going through post show or post competition. So I wanted to share that for hopefully the other first time competitors out there who maybe feel frustrated or alone or confused about this phase of the process, because we are all told that post show is the hardest part, but really nobody tells you what that entails. Nobody tells you why it's the hardest. You kind of just know that this storm is coming and don't really know what it's going to entail or how to handle it. So I wanted to share a little bit of my inside perspective. So what I did was I created a post, but it was way too long to actually share in written form. So what I'm going to do, like, I created it in the form of like a journal entry or a diary, or basically like a letter to myself or a letter to another competitor. So what I'm going to do is read it. So I'm going to share it verbally. And yeah, I'm just going to start. Okay. For weeks and months, you were dieting, training hard as fuck, day in, day out, with a laser focus on a goal, getting leaner and leaner, your clothes becoming looser, your underwear didn't even fit anymore, and you still had abs after dinner. Your body has never looked like this, and your ambition feels at an all-time high. Show day came, and it was awesome. You got all glammed up, were showered with compliments, praise, and well wishes, felt on top of the world, and were so proud of yourself. You worked your ass off to be there. You deserved it, and it was your time to shine. And then it was over. It seems like in the blink of an eye, your season has ended. But what came even faster? The post-show tornado. You look in the mirror 5 days later and don't even recognize yourself. Your shreds didn't just fade away, implying some sort of slow pace or graceful exit. To you, they vanished. Seemingly overnight, it feels like everything you worked so hard for has been ripped away. As if none of the work you did ever existed or mattered. You've been so fixated on achieving a particular physique that this drastic deviation from your normal lean bean body has thrown you into internal crisis. You are supposed to be an athlete now. What will others think? What will others say? The girl that felt unstoppable just a few short days ago now feels like a complete failure. The girl who felt so lit up with fire and passion now feels an emptiness inside. You constantly beat yourself up, feel guilty for the foods you're eating or not eating, tug at your fat thighs, stomach, and chipmunk cheeks, and dread looking in the mirror. Your clothes are tight again, and you have cried before bed on multiple occasions, or burst into tears randomly on your drive home. For the first time in a long time, or maybe in your entire life, you truly hate what you see. It's scary. You put on a brave face for your family and friends, but inside you feel you are suffering alone in a dark silence. And it's hard. It's really fucking hard. That's what I wanted to share. That's what I wrote. To my fellow competitor reading this, it's my first time going through this storm too. The first 7 weeks were the hardest for me, and I still have bad days, believe me. But what I can also tell you is that it does get better. However, I think in order to start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, you have to make the decision to put an end to this toxic state of mind. I know that sounds so much easier said than done, but only you have the power to shift this tough part of the process back into something that is beneficial to your life. You have to force yourself to get better. Force yourself to look in the mirror. Force yourself to stop eating your feelings. Force yourself to speak kindly to yourself even when you don't believe it. Force yourself to actually hit your new macros. Force yourself to be brutally honest with yourself and with your coach. Force yourself to search for the love and enjoyment of training again. Force yourself to drink your water, and force yourself to stop throwing the damn pity party inside of your head. It's okay to be okay, but it's not okay to stay stuck. Make the decision. Reach out to your coach, take the extra steps, do what it takes. You have braved so many battles in your lifetime already. I promise you can create strength from this struggle too. So stand up. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Today. Because We've got serious work to do. It's time to make improvement season your bitch. Let's go be warriors. So that's what I wrote. I wrote that as a little journal or diary entry to myself, or to another competitor out there who feels like they are suffering or struggling alone in the silence. I am currently 11 weeks post-show. Nationals was 11 weeks ago for me, which literally blows my mind. It literally feels like yesterday. But that being said, like I shared, the first 7 weeks were the hardest for me, and I'm finally getting to a place where I can wake up and look at myself and not hate what I see. And I share that not to give myself, I guess not to toot my own horn, but I share that hopefully as hope for somebody else out there who's still in that beginning phase, that phase where you just look at yourself and you don't even recognize yourself. It's like your brain hasn't caught up to what you actually look like yet. It's still expecting you to look a certain way, and you look in the mirror and you don't look like that. But over time, you get used to it. It's really, like they say time heals all wounds, and like in a sense that really is true. That really is what you need. Is just time and all those other things that I shared, forcing yourself to do those things. I want to reiterate that in this post that I'm creating. I'm going to write those things. Hopefully you can look back on that and remind yourself to force yourself to look in the mirror, to force yourself to stop eating your feelings, to force yourself to reach out to your coach or somebody else who can understand or help you, because, it's okay to admit that it's not okay, but like I said, it's not okay to stay stuck. So that's what I wanted to share in that regards, and I hope that this is helpful for somebody out there. And, if you are somebody that's struggling and feels like you need some help or need somebody to talk to and you don't feel like you have that support from your coach or from your team, please reach out to me. I would be, I'm open to talking with you or connecting you with maybe a different coach that can help you, or somebody else out there, hopefully, that can put you on the right path to seeing success, loving yourself, loving your life, and just being happy again, because being stuck in this dark place is not okay, and that's not what this sport is about. As tough as this part of the process is, you absolutely can work through this, and I wanted to just say that from a piece of my heart that I know to be true, because I feel like for me at this point I am worlds better than when I first entered this post-show transition. So that's what I wanted to share, and I hope this is helpful for somebody out there. XOXO.